And test, test, test. Okay, I think maybe that's working. Not sure why this thumbnail from yesterday's up, but I think we are good. Can I be heard right now, guys? Can everyone hear me? I think that should probably do it right there. But yeah, just let me know. Sorry so much about that. Yeah, it's been a little bit of a, I guess it's been a few weeks since we did our last stream, so maybe something got updated. I'm not 100% sure. The regular picture should be coming back up here very shortly. But again, just let me know if you can hear me. But it looks like everything is good on my end. So thank you so much, guys, for putting up with that. And I do appreciate it. Now, I think we have a pretty interesting topic here. First and foremost, again, great to be back. Great to be doing these everyday videos, getting them up for you guys, and be doing these live chats. I'd say a good start would be at least once a week, and I think we're going to be aiming for at least twice a week for the live chats. That way you guys can interact with me, you can ask your questions, I can interact with you, and we can just kind of go from there. And I really like kind of setting it up on the Wednesday and the Saturday or Sunday. Today we're going Sunday. Happy Halloween, everyone, by the way, everyone who celebrates Halloween. Kind of interesting that this sort of fell on the holiday. So thank you again so much for being here, and I really appreciate it. Chia, thank you so much for letting me know there was no sound. That was kind of an interesting start, but sometimes the weirdest things can cause issues with sound or with video. I saw that there was my thumbnail from yesterday's video kept popping up. I have no idea why that was, but for those of you watching a little bit later, you'll be seeing that picture coming up. So thank you so much again, guys. Now, just let me say real quick here as I'm drinking my morning coffee, it's 7 a.m. where I am right now. Let me know where you guys are listening from. Let me know what time it is there, but we're up nice and early today, getting a good start on the Sunday morning, getting some work done, getting to a couple of your questions, was looking at some of these superfoods that we're looking at today, and just basically, my day-to-day life is based around nutrition, based around health, based around weight loss. So it's not uncommon for me to be waking up early, even sometimes at 6 and be working with clients. So 7 a.m. is no issue for me. Nice and awake right now, so please ask your questions. I think it's going to be a really interesting topic to get into today. But again, if you guys could just do me a real quick favor, let me know if you can hear me. Let me know where you're listening from, and I'd love to know. Even if you just found the channel, that's always great to hear. I've had a couple people who have reached out to me over the last few, and let me know that they were a new listener and just found the channel, and I always love hearing that, so thank you so much. Willie from Florida, very nice. I've been to Florida a few times. Actually, it would be nice to be there right about now, as it's starting to get cold up here in Canada, but not too bad here yet. But welcome, thank you for listening from Florida, Willie. I appreciate that. So yeah, I think what we want to start to do today, guys, is we really need, and I think with any nutrition discussion, especially with superfoods, if you don't know sort of my thought process on superfoods and how I sort of take a look at them after doing this research for 10 years, and it's not rocket science or brain science, brain surgery, whatever you want to call it. Basically, there's so many superfood lists out there. You'll find lists of superfoods that will list something like 72, 75, 100 superfoods. When you start getting into so many of those foods, you're really watering down what superfoods truly are. And so today I really want to look at some of the most popular ones, and just by looking at the data and looking at their not only their macronutrient value, but their micronutrient value, their health promoting abilities, and really tie that into the ability to help with weight loss. We all know, and I've said this 100 times, that you're not going to be getting the results probably that you're looking for when it comes to weight loss just by eating one or two foods. It just will not work like that. Can it act as sort of an aid in helping you to lose weight? Absolutely. We can have those foods. Green tea would be one of them, and I try to drink at least 2 to 3 green teas a day. But if I was just drinking green tea alone and doing nothing else, that green tea is going to do absolutely nothing for me. And no, it's probably not going to be melting away belly fat, as so often claimed. Monica from Oxfordshire, England. Very nice. Nice to have you from England. Quite a few listeners from England coming into the chat. So Oxfordshire, I think I'm pronouncing that right, but welcome from Oxfordshire. Great to have you, Monica, from all the way from England across the pond. I think it's, what time would it be there? It would be probably just after 1, I believe. So great to have you. Great to have you in chat. But yeah, that's my take on superfoods, guys, and that's my take on weight loss. I think if you're trying to lose weight, these superfoods are going to be important. One, because they're very high in micronutrients. So they're full of, your vitamins, your minerals, fiber, things like that. But they're also lower in macronutrients, so lower in calories. Not all of them, all right? But the calories that they do have, healthy calories, like good healthy fats, polyunsaturated, monounsaturated fats, staying away from trans fats and saturated fats. And while you're getting those fats, you're also getting a plethora of micronutrients as well. So let's just make sure we keep that in mind. So let's talk about some of the best superfoods for weight loss, but also for our overall health. Okay, guys? So 2 things to keep in mind. These were really narrowing down the superfoods here. All right, we don't want to be making a list of 100 foods that, if you added all these foods, there's just no way that you're going to be having, yes, 11:20, 5 hours difference. Oh, is it 11:20? Interesting. Yes, so 11:20 a.m. there. Very nice. So almost middle of the day there for you. So we'll keep that in mind. We don't want to make a list of 100 superfoods. I think I'll stick somewhere in between, like 10. I think 10 would be a great list. Also, we want to make sure that even just because we're having these superfoods does not guarantee that we're going to have, weight loss 100% of the time. Can they act as a weight loss aid? Absolutely they can. And then also, a lot of these superfoods are going to be good for our overall health. Preventing disease, one of the big ones, heart disease. All right, other chronic diseases that we're trying to limit and that are so prevalent in society today. So that's really our big chat. That's really what we want to point out. Now, what we want to start with, and even with superfoods in a discussion on weight loss and on health, the thing that we have to start with here, guys, and with Willie and Monica, one thing that we have to start off is we need good sleep. All right, if we don't have good sleep, all right, overall health is just going to be super poor. All right. If we want to be a healthier or a better version of ourselves, we have to make sure that we have good sleep. Sleep is vital. Now, in addition to sleep, we also need to make sure that we're getting good movement, so exercise. And no, that doesn't mean it has to be, marathon running or swimming laps for hours in the morning. You shoot for that 100 to 150 minutes of movement or exercise, whatever you want to call it, per week. I think if you're doing that, you're doing a good job of, 1, increasing your health, all right, and 2, that's also going to help with weight loss. Susan, great to have you. Good morning to you. It's great to have you guys in here. I know we're starting a little bit earlier, but I think people will start funneling in. People will start getting used to this time. I think it just works better than, say, if we were to start at 11 a.m. or noon, just with my schedule. As I was saying, Susan, at the beginning, I'm up usually at 6. Mostly 7, but sometimes 6, even 5 a.m., to be honest, focusing on nutrition, working with clients. So this is kind of a nice time for me and a time that I like to kind of, get rolling and get the discussion rolling. So it's great to have you, Susan. Thank you so much for getting back in chat here. But again, the lifestyle changes as well, guys. If we don't make the lifestyle changes, you can have all the superfoods that you want. You can do all these weight loss detoxes, all the fasting that you want. I've heard that. It's so funny. I've heard that so many times this week from clients about fasting and trying to lose the last 3 to 5 pounds. All of that stuff. Is it needed? No, it's not. Is there some health benefits to fasting? Yes, there is. But I usually don't really go the route of telling people, don't eat for a day and a half. That'd be something that you'd want to speak to your doctor about. But, intermittent fasting is such a very popular diet right now. So those are the big ones, guys. Sleep, exercise, and then now we start adding in our superfoods. Now we start talking about diet. All right. Now, if we don't have that sleep, one, it's going to affect mood. It's going to affect your energy, your recovery, all right, even your appetite, to be honest. We're finding so many of these important benefits of sleep that you need. And that's one thing that I'm really trying to work on. Last night I was able to get 8 hours of sleep, feel really, really good. And I can tell, and maybe you guys might be able to as well. But if you don't get that 8 hours of sleep, or 7 or whatever it is, I think 7 to 8 is usually your rule of thumb. If you're getting like 5, you can tell you do not feel that great, or at least I know I don't, the next day. And I'm way more alert, and I knew I was going to do this stream in the morning, so I wanted to make sure that I got a good sleep. So anyway, let's get into I think that's a good basis for us, guys. Good sleep, all right. Good movement, so exercise, remember 150 minutes per week, all right? So we don't need to go absolutely crazy every single day. I know, some people will try to push and push and push, but it's just not needed if we want overall health, all right? And even for weight loss, because remember, weight loss comes from a deficit, guys. As long as we're eating in a deficit of calories below maintenance, we will be losing weight. So what I'm saying is you don't need an hour on the Stairmaster, as some people may tell you. So let's get into our first superfood here, guys. All right, so the first superfood that I think is great, one, for weight loss and for overall health. All right, and you guys have heard me talk about these time and time again, and I just cannot get away from them. I have them every single day. I'll usually put them in a smoothie, or I'll put them in my oatmeal. Lately, it's been a smoothie, but I think blueberries are one of your best superfoods for weight loss. All right, and one of the best superfoods for overall health in general. All right, blueberries, I would say that they're underrated, but they are super popular right now. But even though they're super popular, even their amazing health benefits, their micronutrients, their antioxidants, all of their fiber levels, all of the amazing things that they can provide for us. You just can't really say enough about blueberries. The one other thing about blueberries that I like, so not only about their high levels of nutrition, low calories, is also they're really versatile. So that means you can add them in a number of different ways. You can eat them plain, all right? So they don't have to be. You can have them frozen. You can add them to yogurt, so Greek yogurt. You can add them to oatmeal, smoothies, other cereal. You guys kind of get the point. So they're super easy to add to your diet. All right, so blueberries would be one of my top choices. And again, tremendous amounts of micronutrients. The nutrition levels of blueberries are off the charts. And not only that, but they also have amazing levels of antioxidants. And we've talked a little bit about anthocyanin antioxidants before, which blueberries are just packed with. So I think blueberries are great ones to start with, sorry guys. All right, for superfoods, not only for health, but also for weight loss. Now, how does it tie in for weight loss? All right, well, one, we know that for blueberries, okay, you might be having, let's say, a cup of blueberries. The amount of calories, the calories are so low that even if I have a cup, I do not count the calories from blueberries. And the same usually will go for strawberries and raspberries as well. They're just so low. I'll take the 60 calories or whatever it is just to be able to get the micronutrients and the health benefits of blueberries in and of themselves. So one, weight loss because they are super low in calories. All right. Also, all right, when you're having blueberries, they're a great source of fiber, dietary fiber. All right, so they're rich in fiber. They're especially well known for being rich in fiber, and then also vitamin C. All right, and also surprisingly vitamin K. All right, as well as manganese, magnesium, a whole bunch of other ones as well. All right, but those are the big ones. But surprising to some people, all right, blueberries and raspberries. And strawberries, while we're on the topic, berries in general, are an amazing source of fiber. So they're going to help fill you up, right? They're going to add bulk into your diet. So that's the reason why I like adding them to smoothies or to my oatmeal. They're going to help keep me full. And that's where the benefit comes for weight loss, guys. remember, if we want superfoods that are going to help with weight loss, we already touched a little bit on the health benefits, but if we want superfoods for weight loss, we want foods that are low in calories, high in nutrition, and then good levels of fiber, because that's going to help keep you full. You want to add, it's like adding bulk to your diet. All right, the more food that we can add, all right, without adding too many calories, the more happy we're going to be, and the more full we're going to be. All right, and it's going to prevent snacking and overeating throughout the day. Now, the other reason why I like blueberries as a superfood for weight loss, guys, one, they can kind of help, stem away from some of those cravings that we have. They're sweet in taste, so, they can kind of give us that sweet taste that we crave a little bit. But then two, they're not going to spike your blood sugar all that much. All right, one, because of the fiber, and they're a low GI fruit. All right, not like mango or banana and things like that. Blueberries are going to be a little bit slower digesting. They have great fiber. So that's another reason why I like them for weight loss. They're not going to be spiking your blood sugar. I have so many clients that will tell me, I try to eat breakfast, or I'll eat, and this isn't judging or anything. This is just things that have been said to me, and I'll just relay it to you guys. But I always feel hungry. I always feel hungry after I eat breakfast. So I try not to eat in the morning. I try to wait until lunch, because if I eat breakfast, I know I'm going to feel hungry. And then so that should raise a couple of red flags, because if you're eating, right, the one thing is you don't want to be feeling more hungry than after, than if you didn't eat. Okay, so that's one red flag right there. Right. And so the other one is, well, what are you eating? And so when people tell me that, all right, and no, I don't get 100% every single time, but I had an interesting conversation in the last week or two. So they're feeling hungry, all right, when they eat breakfast. So they're trying not to eat breakfast and wait until lunch. They push the food away because they know if they're eating, they're going to feel more hungry, and they're going to take in more calories. If you're getting that feeling, there's probably a good chance, and you could probably guess, all right, and I was kind of right in my guess what they were eating. Well, it was like croissants or a donut or a pastry or something along those lines. A simple carbohydrate, all right, with very little nutrients in it. Of course, you're going to start to feel hungry after you consume that, especially in the morning, because you're just going to burn right through it. All right, and it's actually going to spike your blood sugar just a little bit. And when you get that spike in blood sugar, that's when you're going to start getting those feelings of being hungry, all right, wanting to eat. Your body is going to start craving more and more food. Your body goes into that mode where, wow, I might have just had something, but this is gone, and I need more. I need more micronutrients. So feed. It'll kind of go into that mode. So what you want to try to do, all right, and try your best at is, try to stay away from those simple carbohydrates in the morning, all right? Even if it's a superfood, like some people will consider bananas a superfood. You'll see that on the list. A banana is great, but for a lot of people, a banana, all right, it's going to digest super fast. All right, and remember, fructose in bananas as well. So again, it's going to spike the blood sugar a little bit. You might feel good for 45 minutes to an hour, but after, a lot of the times, you're going to start to feel hungry pretty fast after. What I would probably want you to do, or maybe what I would suggest, and again, just a suggestion for you guys, if you're going to have a banana, let's say you really like the banana, and that's what you want to have, throw a little bit of protein in there, throw some healthy fats in there. I think an egg would be perfect, like a hard-boiled egg. I think maybe like 10 almonds would be perfect to slow down the digestion. You're going to get some protein in there as well, all right, and also some fiber, something along those lines. Okay, so we're getting off track here a little bit. I think the point, though, is you can always start with these superfoods, all right? And these superfoods are going to be what's going to help you to stay full longer and to help prevent you from snacking throughout the day. Because those people who aren't even eating the superfoods, like pastries or, simple carbohydrates and things like that in the morning, they're going to be feeling more and more hungry as the morning goes on and throughout the day. So blueberries, I think, are tremendous, guys. Super low in calories, great levels of fiber, and tons of micronutrients. So that's great for weight loss. That's not even getting into the health benefits. All right. Blueberries especially powerful for reducing inflammation, which again can reduce the risk of a ton of chronic disease. Heart disease being one of them, arthritis, even diabetes, things of that nature. All right. So blueberries, I'd say one of your better superfoods. Strawberries can be up there. Blackberries are another good one. I think blueberries, I think if I was going to choose three, you guys know how I like to break it down and choose like one or two of the best. I think if I was going to break it down, I think I would go something like blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. But can you go wrong with strawberries? Absolutely not. But my preference for those top three, blueberries number one, blackberries very underrated, super high in antioxidants, and raspberries, again, guys, a lot of the exact same benefits in blackberries and raspberries you'll find in blueberries, but blueberries are just that extra step ahead. Willie added blueberries to the list. Very nice. Yes, blueberries are tremendous, guys. You should find them on really any superfoods list. And if you've listened to my chats or you've seen any of my foods videos on blueberries, you'll know what a fan of them I am, and a lot of people are. So blueberries, I'd say, would be the first one, guys. All right, a great superfood to help not only improve and increase our overall health, decrease the risk of chronic disease, all right, but also, help us to lose weight because one, they're going to be way lower in calories than other high sugar snacks, all right, or other sweets that we're craving, all right, and also two, it's going to help keep you full. All right, going to help keep you full longer because they're a good source of fiber. All right, and they're also very versatile. So you can add them to something like oatmeal, which is one of my favorites. All right, oatmeal could probably be another superfood that you might actually find on the list here. But with oatmeal and blueberries, especially in the morning, compare oatmeal and blueberries to a croissant or a donut. Nothing against those foods. You can have that if you want to. All I'm saying is if you want to feel more full and less hungry and not get that blood sugar spike, compare oatmeal and blueberries as a breakfast meal or your first meal of the day. A lot of dietary fiber in that meal. Lots of, it's a slow digesting, complex carbohydrate, and tons of micronutrients and fairly good macronutrients as well. You might want to throw a little bit of protein in there also. A lot of people will tell me, well, there's protein in oatmeal, so I am getting a protein. That's my protein source, but, it's a carbohydrate source at the end of the day, guys. If you're getting 25 grams of carbs per serving and only 3 to 4 grams of protein, it's a good bet that that's a carbohydrate source, guys. You want it the reverse as a protein source. So blueberries, guys. Love blueberries. Willie, that's awesome. You're adding them to the list. And guys, once you come in, let me know where you're listening from. You guys know how I love hearing where everyone's listening from. I really thank Willie, Monica, Susan. Thank you so much. Chia was in here letting me know. So thank you so much, guys. I really do appreciate it. And thank you so much for supporting not only the channel, but also the live stream today, nice and early, starting at 7 a.m. my time here, guys. So thank you so much. So blueberries, definitely on the list of superfoods for weight loss and for overall health. All right. Heart health, diabetes, arthritis, even Alzheimer's. I don't get into it too much, all right, but cognitive health, brain health, things of that nature. You're seeing a ton of studies where blueberries can be helpful in that regard. Again, you'll want to speak with your medical practitioner, but you can start to see some of those benefits. Also, bone health. Let's not forget bone health. I can go on. This is why you guys always hear me talk about blueberries. I can literally go on and on singing the praises of how good blueberries are. And you're going to have good bone health because there's good levels of vitamin K and also magnesium. And I do believe pretty decent levels of calcium as well. Okay. So we talked about it a little bit. Now, I want to stay away. We'll get to it, but I want to stay away a little bit from the cruciferous vegetables right now, guys, just because I think everyone knows, broccoli is a good one. I think everyone knows kale is going to be a good one. Those are going to be on the list, guys, and those are great superfoods, but I want to start with some of the other ones that we might not think about all the time, or it might not come to mind super fast. Michelle, good morning to you. Thank you so much for joining. Really appreciate having you guys, and really appreciate everyone in here. Thank you so much, guys, as you start to funnel in. I know we started a little bit earlier today, and thank you so much for the thumbs up, guys. I really appreciate it. Now here's another one, guys. Superfoods for weight loss and for health. All right, and I touched on it a little bit, and that's why I want to go back to it. All right, it's going to be surprising maybe for some people because they might not always think of this as a superfood, but if we're thinking about weight loss and for overall health, then eggs, all right, and I'm talking about whole eggs, not just the egg white. I know egg whites are super popular, and yes, I do eat egg whites pretty much every single day, but I also have an egg every single day, an egg or two sometimes. All right, but eggs are a great superfood for one, weight loss, and also for overall health. I think it's really important, guys, that if you want to kind of increase the ability of a superfood like eggs for weight loss and for health, then you should be probably having at least one yolk in there. You lose a lot of the benefits when it comes to eggs if you're only eating the egg white. Okay, now let's talk about why that is. The egg white consists of protein. So if you're trying to increase protein, then yes, egg whites are for you. All right, and it's nice because you can increase protein without increasing carbohydrates or increasing fats for people. So for people out there who like to kind of track their macronutrients or the if it fits your macros crowd, egg whites are a super easy way to add protein in there without carbohydrates and fats. But on the other side, all right, in the side where we want to talk about weight loss and health, all right, we want to be feeling full. We want to be getting vitamins and nutrients. The egg white, all right, is devoid of pretty much all of the nutrients that come from eggs. All right, so pretty much all of the reasons that make an egg a superfood, all right, is taken out if you don't have the egg yolk in there. Now, this is the reason why. The egg yolk is full of micronutrients. All right, it's just packed with vitamins, minerals, in just one egg. Like you're gonna get huge amounts of B vitamins, tons of B vitamins in egg yolks, guys. Like vitamin B12, which I know some people can have a deficiency in, so that's a huge one. Riboflavin, selenium, it's a great source of phosphorus. All of these different types of micronutrients that we aren't gonna get if we're only having the egg white. All right, so that's, again, going to help increase feelings of fullness, all right, promote feelings of fullness, not only by getting those micronutrients, but also from the protein that's in the yolk, because about half of the protein is in the yolk as well, all right, but also the healthy fats that are in the yolk, all right, so that's going to increase fullness, all right, boost and help boost weight loss. So I want to make sure, I know I can go on and on sometimes. I'll get back to the eggs, but I want to make sure I get to the comments here. Anna, good morning, everyone. Oh, 7:38. We are almost literally 12. We are 12 hours apart in Hong Kong. Here for sharing on weight loss and superfood for health too. Well, thank you so much, Anna. I really appreciate that. Hello all the way from Hong Kong. That's great to have you in here. Beautiful from the pictures I've seen in Hong Kong there. So thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming in and for sharing where you're listening from and even the time. It's so great and interesting to me that 12 hours ahead and here you are. We're both sharing our discussion on superfoods, weight loss, and health. So thank you so much, Anna. Still at work, so I may only be able to listen for now. Well, no problem, Michelle. Thank you so much for listening at work. Hopefully I'm not too distracting for you and you can get a little bit of work there done. But I do appreciate it, and I appreciate it for as long as you can listen. So thank you so much. So thank you, guys. Thank you for those comments. So yeah, back to the eggs. And again, eggs will sometimes get a bad rap, and that's why I think it's important to bring them up right now, guys. There's numerous studies out there. Was a lot of not disinformation, but the information changes over time. Like 10 years ago, nutrient timing was something that was super, super important. So what I mean by that is if you wanted to lose weight or lose body fat, then you better not eat carbohydrates after 3 p.m. That was like a rule of thumb. If you wanted to lose weight or fat, no carbs after 3 and only eat them around your workouts. Well, now we know that nutrient timing doesn't really mean all that much. There's been numerous studies to show that people who eat carbohydrates all the way up until 9 p.m., an hour before bedtime, will still get the exact same benefits of someone who's eating carbohydrates only until 2 or 3 p.m. So just to quickly point that out. Also, I wanted to quickly point out, because I know intermittent fasting is so popular right now, I just read an interesting study that a lot of people will have their window where they don't eat for the first 8-10 hours of their day, and they only eat around like the last 4 or 6 hours. I read an interesting study where if you start your window, so your eating window, within an hour of the time that you wake up and eat your calories more so in the morning, you get a little bit better results in the sense of better mood, brain function, and even some body composition changes. So I thought I'd just throw that out there just because I know intermittent fasting is so popular, but that's neither here nor there. Just thought I'd throw that out. Just reminded me. 7:41 a.m. there in the Caribbean. Well, so we're on the same time then, Michelle. Good morning to you. 7:44 here. Maybe I must have missed your comment, but yeah, nice and early here as well. Micheline, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Is it Micheline? Hopefully, like I said, hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Good morning to you. If I'm not, please correct me. But good morning to you as well. Thank you so much. Happy Halloween, everyone. Like I said, happy Sunday. It's great to have you all in here. I really appreciate it, and it's great to get back in here. Marilyn from Cincinnati, 7:44. Yes, we are. We're all up nice and early. How great's that? We're all up nice and early talking superfoods, weight loss, and health. We must be doing something right, guys. I don't think there's too many people up on a Sunday morning discussing superfoods and weight loss and health. So congratulations to all of you guys for jumping in here and contributing and engaging in this chat this morning. So thank you very much. Am I pronouncing that right, Micheline? Okay, great. Perfect. Micheline. That sounds so nice. That's a nice name, Micheline. Thank you so much for joining me, and good morning to you as well. So getting back to the eggs, guys, like I was saying, it's not disinformation, but a lot of people, and even I did too, growing up, people wanted to stay away from, I always remember this, watching, like you would watch TV shows and people would only order egg white omelets. It was like never omelets. It was always just egg white omelets, egg whites, no yolk. You didn't want the fat because of the cholesterol. But what we're seeing now in studies, all right, well, one, that healthy fat is actually needed in our diets. All right, we need healthy fat in our diets, guys. So that's important to keep in mind. It's important if we want to have a healthy body, healthy mind, we need healthy fat. All right, especially for our brain. That's why omega-3s are so important. That could be a whole discussion in and of itself that I might want to get into one of these days. But also all of the nutrients are in there. All right, all the nutrients are in the yolk, and plus cholesterol is not affected, or there's very little effect to your overall cholesterol levels, your serum cholesterol levels, from the cholesterol that you consume. It has more to do with obesity or living a sedentary lifestyle, or eating sugar for that matter, all right, which again can lead to obesity and things of that nature. All right, so if you're eating eggs, again, that's not saying go have 10, 12 eggs a day or 8, whatever it is. 1 to 2 is more than enough. But again, you don't need to be scared of having one egg. All right, one egg is just fine. And you're actually going to be getting a superfood from that because all of the incredible micronutrients that are found in the egg yolk. And happy Halloween to you too, Michelle. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hopefully you guys celebrated, and if you have kids, hopefully they're able to get out and have some fun tonight, and hopefully everyone was enjoying last night. So have a fun, safe, happy Halloween, guys. But I think it's important, and that's why I wanted to bring up the eggs, guys. Again, like I said, tons of B vitamins, quite literally, and we see in studies. Really one of the best superfoods for weight loss. I've had clients where they were super hungry in the morning, same thing, and literally they've gone on and added an egg to their diet, and they felt full throughout the morning. And one of the reasons why we did that for them was because they needed more healthy fat, and they also needed more protein. So it was kind of the perfect 1-2 punch. Actually needed to decrease carbs a little bit. So it was kind of a nice way for a nice food option for them. So again, it's not this always going to be the same for everyone, but for them it worked. But, don't be afraid of having an egg here and there. All right. It's a great source of protein. The reason why I would say you don't want to overdo it on eggs doesn't have to do with cholesterol. It has to do with the protein to fat ratio. So yes, you're going to get good protein, you're going to get good healthy fats, but the more and more eggs you eat, you're just increasing your fat. We know we need healthy fats, but let's say you eat 4 eggs or 3 eggs. That's great. Let's say 3. Great, you're getting almost 20 grams of protein, but you're also getting just over 15 grams of fat with it. So we just need to keep that in mind. Again, keep everything in moderation. But, it's great superfood, very versatile. You can eat eggs a number of different ways. You can eat them really throughout the day if you want. I know I do. I can eat them for breakfast, for lunch. I had them for dinner one time this week. And the nice thing, let's say you're making scrambled eggs. The one thing that I hear from people, because I always say to clients, you'll want to try to get in somewhere around 3 to 6 servings of vegetables per day. Hopefully more so on the high end, like 5 to 6. A lot of people will say, well, it's really, really hard for me to get vegetables in on each meal. I mean, look at breakfast. What am I supposed to do? Eat broccoli or kale or a salad for breakfast? And, it's a good point. It's definitely a little bit tougher during breakfast, but if you're having scrambled eggs or an omelet, it's very easy to add a little bit of spinach in there. You can add some peppers, you can add onions, you can even add some broccoli in there. So that's one way to be able to get some more vegetables into your diet if you are having, say, like an omelet or scrambled eggs or things of that nature. So it can be done. We just have to make sure that we plan a little bit going forward. So eggs, guys. First one's blueberries. Second one, I would say, would be eggs. I think eggs are a great one, in moderation, of course. And again, eggs are great for our overall health. All right, we need that healthy fat, guys. We really kind of grew up, and I know I did as well, skim milk, margarine over butter, low fat yogurt, low fat this, where I've changed completely. Now, I don't have whole milk or anything like that, but a 2% is just fine. I'm not saying whole milk's bad or anything like that, but I try to keep the calories in check a little bit. But, butter, I've gone completely the other way. No more margarine, only butter. So just keep that in mind, guys. And the nice thing about eggs, yes, protein, healthy fats, it's going to help keep you full, and it's going to help promote weight loss. All right. And if you're putting on muscle, all right, so let's say you're doing resistance training, and as we start to age and as we get older, we want to put on muscle, or not put on muscle, but keep muscle. Keep muscle mass, guys. That's very important. We want to be able to keep muscle mass, and eggs are one of the most bioavailable protein sources out there. And what I mean by most bioavailable is when you eat eggs, you digest most of that protein. All right. Sometimes if you're having like a lower quality protein source, you'll only digest like 43% of it. All right, or 40% of it. With eggs, it's like 78 or something like that. The only thing that's higher is a whey protein supplement, or maybe a collagen protein supplement where you're actually taking a powder. All right, so eggs are a great, great source of protein as well, and great for overall health. Great for overall health, guys, with those B vitamins. Okay, I don't know if anyone else is having a morning coffee, but I'm certainly enjoying mine. It's almost become a habit, I think, having a nice health discussion with you guys and a morning coffee. But again, starting with some water. I like to start with water in the morning, and then also start getting the coffee in. That's another one that I should point out too, guys, before we get into our next food. And I got another nice one here for you. Make sure that we're drinking enough water. And again, I say that just based on experience. I'm not saying that you guys are probably low in water or anything like that. But when I do consultations and when I'm working with clients, it's never a surprise to me really anymore to hear that people are only having 1 to 2 glasses of water per day, which is just really unfortunate because there's so many. It's taking away so much of our health benefit just by being chronically dehydrated like that. For one, all right, it's not going to help with weight loss. It's actually going to make weight loss a lot tougher because you're going to be feeling more full. Or sorry, not more full, you're going to be feeling more hungry. You'd be feeling more full if you were drinking more water. All right, and that's one of the kind of tips that I like to use. Let's say I'm trying to lose a couple pounds. I'll be drinking a lot more water. All right, but they're chronically dehydrated. So they're feeling more hungry. All right, they're kind of confusing thirst for hunger. So they're eating more. All right. The other thing is you're going to be sluggish. All right, you're not going to have very much energy. All right, so then what are you going to turn to if you're feeling sluggish and not feeling very good? Well, most of the time it's probably going to be something sugary, something that's going to give you a quick burst of energy. Maybe one of those simple carbs like the donut that we talked about or something along those lines. But that's going to, or, you might turn to, let's say, like soda. That's a huge one. All right. Think people will try to hydrate and drink soda. One of the worst things, it's dehydrating you because of all of the sugar. And again, that's not to sound too preachy or anything like that, but I think it's important, guys. And if we're talking superfoods, water has to be at the top of the list. Some people might not consider it to be a superfood. I actually do. You need water to survive. So it has to be up in there. If you're making a pyramid of foods, guys, at the very bottom, so the most important thing would be water. You need it to survive. The next most important thing might be your vegetables, like cruciferous vegetables and things like that. So it's even more important than those vegetables and everything like that and other superfoods that we're getting into here. So make sure you're drinking enough water, guys. The range of water intake can vary quite a bit. You'll see on most like integrated pyramid scales of nutrition, whatever you want to call it. But on most, it's most often recommended is 3 liters to 6 liters. Now, to be honest with you, I think 6 liters is awfully high. Unless you're an athlete or working out really, really intensely for over an hour a day, getting in a gallon and a half, so 6 liters is quite high. I would just start out, let's say you're having 1 to 2 glasses a day. For a week, try to increase it to 3. Have 3 glasses a week. Then if you're successful with doing that, bump it up to 4 glasses. All right, and you guys get the point. You just keep adding and adding and adding. You don't want to make huge fundamental changes. If you do that, you're just setting yourself up for failure, at least most of the time. You don't want to take on too much at once. So, another superfood that we can throw in there, water, guys. It's going to be great for weight loss, and obviously it's important and needed for our health. It's needed to survive. So water is very, very important. I know we're getting off on a little bit of a tangent there, but I think it's important to bring that up just because so many people who I've worked with and even discussed with, are just chronically dehydrated. 1 to 2 glasses of water a day. Going in for a workout and having no water before a workout. First thing you got to do, have a bottle of water, because you don't want to work out without any water in your system. It's just not, for one, it's not healthy. All right, and it's not safe. And then 2, you're not going to have a good workout. It's going to be a little bit of a waste of your time. And thank you so much for the thumbs up, guys. I always look and the thumbs up are just going up, up, and up. No pun intended. But thank you so much for the support, guys. I really do appreciate it. So water, huge one, guys. Now let's get into our next one. All right, we've had berries, blueberries. All right, probably our best ones, rich in fiber. Bunch of other reasons that we talked about, antioxidants, micronutrients. Tremendous superfood. Eggs for weight loss, for overall health, tremendous superfood. All right, now one that might be surprising to some people, all right, is actually going to be avocado. All right, and avocado has been super popular as of late. All right, and I'm starting to actually increase more and more avocado that I eat. I'm not a huge fan of avocado, but I'll add it into smoothies and things like that. Sometimes you can make avocado pudding. I haven't tried that, but I know it's fairly popular. But I'll put it into smoothies. Now, some people would argue, well, for one, if we're trying to lose weight, why would I want to add an avocado? It's all fat. Isn't that going to be high in calories? Well, firstly, all right, you're not wrong about that. Yes, most of its calories are going to come from fat, but the fat sources, all right, that are going to be coming from avocado is monounsaturated fat. All right, one of the best monounsaturated fat sources that there is. All right, so we're staying away from the saturated fats and the trans fats and all of those fats that we don't want, the things that are going to lead to heart disease and weight gain and things of that nature. So avocados, absolutely a tremendous superfood. All right, one of the best superfoods out there, to be honest. And that's coming from someone who wasn't a huge fan of avocados, just because I wasn't enjoying the taste all that much and just sort of stayed away from them. But I think avocados, really impressive, not only in the fat sources that we're getting from them, polyunsaturated, monounsaturated fats, all right, but also their nutrient profile. They have an incredible nutrient profile, guys. Avocado is one of the best sources of potassium, right up there with bananas. All right, another great one. Folate would be another one. So B vitamins, I think they're really underrated when it comes to B vitamins, and even some vitamin C and other and tons of minerals. Like, we're not even getting into like magnesium and copper and all of that stuff, but just a tremendous source of vitamins and minerals, guys. And we need that in superfoods. That's what makes a superfood so important. All right, if we don't have the micronutrients and it's devoid of any nutrition, all right, you just can't have it on this list. That's why I can't make a list for you guys that has 75 foods. At some point, there's got to be a drop off in nutrition. All right, so we know that, and I kind of brought this up at the beginning. All right, we know avocados are kind of considered to be calorie dense. All right, because again, mostly it's going to be those healthy fats that we talked about. The one thing, though, that we can always remember is, you can always have it in moderation. And the nice thing about avocado and having it in moderation, one, not only is it a great source of healthy fats, and the healthy fats will help keep you feeling full longer, but it's also a tremendous source of dietary fiber, which again is going to keep you full. All right, and prevent snacking and overeating throughout the day. All right, and it's also going to help slow down the digestion of carbohydrates. So let's say even if you're having fruit or something like that, all right, it's going to slow down that digestion. It's not going to be spiking your blood sugar as much. All right, and again, those spikes in blood sugar are what's going to lead to feelings of hunger. All right, and when we start reaching out for more and more food, or for the foods that we don't want, like fast foods and things of that nature. But tremendous, it's loaded with fiber and healthy fats. All right, so we've seen in multiple studies that even though it's calorie dense, foods that are super high, like avocado, in fiber and also great sources of healthy unsaturated fats, so polyunsaturated, monounsaturated fats, those are going to help keep you full between meals and also help you to lose weight. And that's from numerous studies. People who, so again, not just handpicking them. I think it was like 4 studies that I had written down there. All right. So avocados are a great one. So yes, avocados can help you to lose weight if consumed in moderation. Of course, if you're having 3 avocados a day, it's probably going to make your weight loss journey a pretty tough one, because you're adding quite a few calories just based on the total number of fat that's in there. But if you're having it in moderation, it's a tremendous source and a tremendous tool for you to lose weight. Now, for the health benefit, again, we need healthy fats in our diet, guys. If we're making a diet, or if I'm giving diet options to someone, all right, you want them to hit a certain amount of protein. All right, you need them to hit a certain amount of healthy fats. All right, that you need fats in the diets, guys. If you don't have fats, all right, you're doing yourself a huge disservice. It's just not healthy. The one thing that you can manipulate, so if you're trying to get a client to lose weight or to gain weight, more so to lose weight, you can manipulate carbohydrates. Carbohydrates can go up and down very, very easily. All right, like there's people on a ketogenic diet where they're eating basically no carbohydrates. So let's say you have someone who can lose weight at 200 carbohydrates a day, which is 800 calories just of carbohydrates. Let's say you want to bump that down. They want to lose more and more, or they're starting to lose more weight, so their calories have to go down because their maintenance level is going down. You can bump them down to 150. It's very, very easy to manipulate those carbohydrates. That's why I like keeping it simple. You can adjust the protein based on what their body weight is. Usually you go 0.73 to 0.8 of a percentage. So if someone's 100 pounds, you want to get about 73 grams of protein. Or 80 grams of protein on the high end. So protein's fairly easy to calculate. You want a good portion, usually it's about 20% of someone's calories come. And this is for someone eating a balanced diet, guys. It's going to be different if you're eating a vegan diet or a keto diet. All right, I'm just talking about kind of a balanced diet. 20%, 25% coming from fats, and then, the rest you can kind of manipulate with carbs. So that's how I kind of look at it. And, I've had great success with individuals. The main thing is you want them to be healthy and happy. If you have that, then the weight loss will come. Let's just put it that way. Willie, what would you recommend? Maybe a half of an avocado a day. That's a great question, Willie. What I'll have is a quarter, and then that's a little bit lower. All right, like a quarter of an avocado is low for me. It kind of depends on, how big the avocado is. Sometimes, you can go by grams. So like 100 grams, I think is like 150 calories. I think if you're again, also the other thing that it depends on is what is your body weight. If you weigh more, you can eat more of an avocado. Obviously, you need more calories, or you can eat more calories. If you're 100 pounds, then obviously you can't eat as much because if you want to lose weight. I think in one avocado, there's probably something like I think about 20 grams of fat, and I think like 15 grams of monounsaturated fat. So let's just say if it was 20, in half you'd be getting 10 grams of fat. Don't think that that's bad at all. I think 10 grams of fat, I think you can make work in your diet fairly well, Willie. And again, that just depends on what your body weight is. Because again, we were just talking about the percentages. But, again, it's hard to say exactly unless you're weighing it out, just because, avocados come in all shapes and sizes. So half an avocado here might be different than this half. But, if you're getting 10 grams of fat in avocados, that's a ton of monounsaturated fat, which is great. That's the fat that we want. I don't think you're doing a bad job at all. I think when I have a quarter, it's only like 5 or 6 grams of fat. I'm a big eater, and I'm in my 30s. Everything I eat is staying in my body and not burning off. Yes. Well, that's one of the things, Willie, for sure, especially as we approach 35. And trust me, I can relate. No longer in my 20s either. Close to 220. Okay, so if you're close to 220, 10 grams of fat with an avocado is really not that much. You can definitely make that work. I can't do the numbers right off the top of my head, but I know for some clients who are like in 100 less than 200 pounds, they're eating somewhere around 45 to 55 grams of fat. Maybe, I can't remember off the top of my head. So half an avocado, you'll be just fine. Like I said, keep it simple. You got a nice healthy fat source there. You don't need to overdo it in avocado. I think half an avocado is just fine for you. And at the end of the day, if you're trying to lose weight or you're gaining weight, just decrease the amount of avocado that you're eating, or decrease some other food. Decrease something else from the diet. I think that's the easiest way. When it comes to start cutting out, avocado and things like that, if you're trying to lose weight, or if you're trying not to gain weight, I think cutting out the superfoods might not be the best idea. Why would we want to cut out the good things in our diet when there's probably maybe some other things that we might want to cut out first, if that makes sense? Claudette, good to see you. Good morning. This is awesome news, and happy Sunday morning. Well, thank you so much, Claudette. I really appreciate it. Happy Sunday morning to you as well. Great to have you in chat. I really appreciate it. So I hope that makes sense, Willie. I think the simple answer is keep half your avocado. I think that's just fine. You're 220 pounds. You got lots of monounsaturated fats in there, which is very healthy. You got good fiber. You got good micronutrients coming in from that avocado. Again, I'm not sure what your goal is. If you're trying to lose weight, maintain weight, gain weight, whatever it is. But I think half an avocado is a fine start. Again, I don't always like to get into specifics just because, I don't know everyone's like health history or things like that or anything of that nature or what their goals are. So I don't always get too much into specifics on how much to eat. But, half an avocado is fairly common out there, to be honest. You see people eating avocados all the time. Just look on Instagram or Pinterest. I don't think you got to go any further than that. So, hi, Kathy. Good morning to you as well. Thank you so much for joining. It's great having everyone in here. I mean, we started so early, and everyone's just kind of, been trickling in, seeing everyone come in and asking your questions. And, I really appreciate all the good morning responses here. So thank you so much, guys. And Kathy, Claudette, great to have you both in here as well. And Willie, I hope that gave you a little bit of clarity to it. Hey, good morning, Adina. Thank you so much. Great to have you in here as well. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Hope you're having a wonderful morning on this Saturday. Okay, Jacama. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. So Jacama. I think that's how it's pronounced, isn't it? So what jacama is, and that's a very good question. Jacama is actually like a root vegetable, so it's like very similar to a yam, if I'm not mistaken. Jacama is actually would be considered to be a vegetable, so sort of like a sweet potato, which I eat a ton of, red potatoes, things like that. Some people would classify it as a fruit, but it's actually a root vegetable, believe it or not. And I believe usually grown in Mexico, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, jacama, very popular. I haven't had it in a while, but yeah, a root vegetable, if I'm not mistaken. There's definitely been some videos on this channel that jicama. Yes, I knew it, Kathy. Thank you for pointing that out. That's why I was thinking for a second. I knew it wasn't jacama, but the H. That's right, jicama. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Oh, no problem, Adina. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate it. Yes, I love it. I just cut up and eat like crazy. Yes, there you go. I'm the same way with potatoes. Sweet potatoes, red potatoes. Sometimes I'll bake them, or you can just fry them up in like a little bit of olive oil and things like that. So I'm a huge fan of root vegetables, guys. Potatoes, sweet potatoes. They're some of my favorites, to be honest with you. So I hope that helps with the avocado, guys. All right, avocado, great for weight loss, great for overall health, and yes, definitely a superfood. And while we're on it, let's go to the next one that I've written down. Sweet potatoes, guys. Sometimes people will call them yams, sweet potatoes, same thing. One of my favorite, if not my favorite, carbohydrate sources. A tremendous carbohydrate source, to be honest. Just packed with micronutrients, packed with fiber. It's a slower digesting, complex carbohydrate. And it's very versatile as well. You can cook them or bake them or have them any way that you want, really. And, just great for weight loss as well. All right, for one, super nutritious, great taste. So it's very easy for most people to add to their diet. All right, I think that they're easy to I think so you could even do them in a microwave. I know a lot of people a ton of health conscious individuals who'll just put them in the microwave and cook them that way. And there's nothing really wrong with that. I think that's probably the quickest and easiest way to do it. Some people will barbecue it. This depends on what you want. But sweet potato is amazing. For one, we know that it's a great source of vitamin A, of course. All right, usually most orange, fruits, vegetables, whatever you want to call them, root vegetables, are going to be great sources of vitamin A. But the other thing that makes sweet potatoes so great for our health is that they're packed with antioxidants. Okay, and again, that comes from vitamin A, which is an antioxidant. Right, but it's also high in B vitamins, all right, in manganese, so multiple B vitamins, all right, so B12, all of those good ones, vitamin B6, all right, and also minerals like manganese, all right, so very, very healthy, great carbohydrate source, and great for losing weight. It's a very slow digesting carbohydrate. Now, the other nice thing about sweet potatoes, all right, is that they're incredibly high in fiber, and that's why I love them. And I think that they're one of my favorite. Right now, I'm on a sweet potato kick. They're super high in fiber, so they're very filling. All right, so it's gonna not only help keep you full longer, it's gonna slow down stomach emptying, and kind of what we see in studies, increase and boost both weight loss and fat loss. The fat loss kind of is not as easy to put your finger on as the weight loss. Generally with the fat loss, it doesn't always correlate 100%. If you're losing weight, then you're always going to lose fat. You need a little bit of protein in there, and you need just a little bit of resistance training. So keep that in mind. Oh, I'm missing some comments here. Appreciated for you acknowledging me. Oh, no problem, Anna. All of the different places where you'll have a healthy body. By the way, celebrate Christmas, not Halloween. Okay. Have weight loss and diet. Thank you so much, Anna. I appreciate it. Stay safe and healthy as well. Have a great and healthy day. I appreciate you coming in here all the way from Hong Kong. So have an amazing day, Anna. And again, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Take care. Yes, I do put them in my air fryer too. There you go, Kathy. That's so funny. I was actually looking at air fryers this week, just because I've been eating so many sweet potatoes and red potatoes and potatoes in general. I was actually looking at air fryers just because, like I said, I would cook them up in a little bit of olive oil. It'd be much faster if I had an air fryer. So we're right on the same page. But yeah, air fryer makes it very nice. And thank you again, Anna. Take care. So yeah, sweet potatoes, guys. Excellent choice. I think one of the better carbohydrate choices out there. Complex carbohydrate. Love sweet potatoes, and I think they can fit into pretty much almost any diet as well, which is great. That's what you're looking for. If they can fit into your diet, I don't think it matters. The only one that it wouldn't fit into really that I could kind of see is keto, but again, that's going to be very niche and specific for your own needs. So other than that, very versatile. You can add to most any other diets. Now let's get into another interesting one here. All right, I'd like to get into another sort of fat choice here. We already talked about oats. I don't know if I want to go too much into it. Maybe I'll just say, like when I was talking about blueberries and adding it to oatmeal, I'll just say this. All right, for me, it's a breakfast staple. I have oatmeal almost every day. Not even just for breakfast, but really any time of the day. But tons of fiber, tons of decent protein, so it will keep you full, all right, especially with the dietary fiber, tons of micronutrients. But the nice thing to think about for oatmeal and oats, whole grains, is that when you combine some protein, the high levels of fiber, the fact that it's a complex carbohydrate, we've seen in numerous studies, again, several studies, that it can be beneficial for not only weight management, but also for controlling your appetite. And that's why I was bringing up, compare a banana to oatmeal with blueberries in the morning. All right? When you compare those two, All right. When you compare those two, you're getting way better weight management and appetite control in oatmeal and blueberries than you are from a banana. And it's not that bananas are unhealthy. I have a banana every day, pretty much every day if I work out. It's not that it's unhealthy, but it's just going to have a different effect on how our body reacts to it. It's a faster digesting carbohydrate source. It's going to spike our blood sugar just a little bit. We're going to burn through that banana very, very fast. So I'm not saying bananas are bad. I'm just saying that there's going to be other foods that are going to make it a little bit easier for weight loss and for our overall health. Oh, I'm the same, Kathy. Yes. Huge fan of blueberries. Great antioxidants. Absolutely. Tons of antioxidants. One of the highest antioxidants pound for pound. And have those unique anthocyanin antioxidants. So you're exactly right. 100% love blueberries. Have them pretty much every day. Pretty much every day, if not every day. Same thing with oatmeal. And the nice thing about oatmeal is if you want oatmeal, there's tons of recipes out there, guys. Now, I know I've just been saying banana, but you see you can add banana into things like this. Like, let's say you chop half a banana and you kind of mash it into the oatmeal and put like a teaspoon of peanut butter in it. That's going to slow down the digestion of banana right down. So that's going to still give you the appetite control and weight management benefits. So there's other things that you can do to help mitigate those factors. So if you're a big fan of banana in the morning, you can add it to certain foods. One of the things I like about oatmeal as well is that you can have like half an apple. An apple is a great weight loss food. It's high in fiber, great for our health, obviously. Good antioxidants in it. But then you can also put some cinnamon on it, which again is going to help regulate our blood sugar. All right, and cinnamon, Ceylon cinnamon to be more specific, tremendous for appetite and for overall health. Tons of benefits and antioxidants in that as well. So that's why I love oatmeal so much. You can just make it so healthy and make it a bunch of different ways. Now, one other one that I was going to touch on was walnuts, guys. Walnuts, again, I always say this. I like to give you guys like the top one or two. All right, when it comes to like nuts or seeds. All right, I'll give you one nut and then one seed right after this. So almonds are a good one, but I like omega-3s just a little bit better when it comes to weight loss, all right, and superfoods and everything of that nature. It doesn't mean that almonds aren't a superfood. Almonds are a superfood. But for weight loss and overall health, I'm going to put that walnuts just barely edge almonds out. Again, you can't go wrong with either of them, guys. So if you're a fan of almonds, absolutely have your almonds. Now, here's the reason why I like walnuts just slightly better than almonds when it comes to weight loss and overall health. For walnuts, they're one of the few plant sources that are going to give you, that are going to be a rich source of omega-3 fatty acids. All right, so walnuts, all right, very, very uncommon, but walnuts actually do include omega-3 fatty acids, which is tremendous. I'm a huge fan of omega-3s. I think I'm going to do a live discussion on that very, very soon. Just amazing. And we need to make sure that we have a good ratio between omega-3 and omega-6s. We get tons of omega-6s. Well, not tons, but it's much easier to get omega-6s than it is omega-3s. So again, that's what's pushing me a little bit more towards walnuts. I think walnuts are great. So walnuts, very, very high in omega-3 fatty acids. They're also very high in multiple vitamins and minerals, like vitamin E, super high in vitamin E, but also copper and things of that nature, folate, all right? So not only are they nutritious, all right, but they contain those healthy fats and especially being rich in omega-3 fatty acids, guys, all right? The other nice thing about walnuts is they do also include some fiber. And again, fiber is important, guys, if we're trying to lose weight and just for overall health in general. All right, fiber is going to be the food that helps keep you full longer. All right, so fiber is great. Some people will have to supplement it with it, but if you're eating healthy foods, it's not hard to get enough enough fiber in your diet. So you don't always need a fiber supplement. I think if you're eating healthy, and some of the superfoods that we've listed today, pretty much all of them have fiber in them. So even avocado, great source of fiber. Blueberries, great source of fiber. So the list goes on and on. So I think those are great ones, guys. Now, the other nice thing is there's studies that back this up when it has to do with weight loss. All right, we know it's super healthy. The nutritional value of walnuts is off the chart. Great healthy fats, tremendous source of omega-3 fatty acids. But we also see in studies that walnuts can, one, reduce hunger. All right, so can promote those feelings of fullness, and also reduce appetite. Which, again, if we're getting those two, that combination, all right, reduction in hunger and reduction in appetite, in long term, it's going to be beneficial for weight loss, all right, even acutely, even in the short term. All right, so if we're reducing our feelings of hunger and appetite, then of course it's going to make it a little bit easier and be a little bit of a better tool for us to lose weight. And that's why I like them just a little bit more than walnuts, because we get those, than almonds, because in walnuts we do get those extra benefits. Let me catch up on some of these comments. Thank you, Kathy, for these questions, and don't be afraid. And thank you for the thumbs up, guys. Geez, I look and then there's 9 or 10 more thumbs up. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. Yeah, reduce appetite is a nice one. That's, again, why I like to choose the top 1 or 2, because, again, you could throw all the nuts and seeds in there that you want, peanuts, things like that. People will call superfoods. But if we want the best superfoods for weight loss and for health, I think walnuts has to be on there, just because you're getting that appetite reduction and hunger reduction. And, of course, that's going to aid in weight loss. Omega-3s help lower cholesterol, right? That's a great question. That's one of the more popular questions when it comes to omega-3s. Unfortunately, from what I've read, I don't think I've ever read that omega-3s can specifically help with lowering cholesterol levels. So they're not the best at lowering cholesterol. I know what we'd want to lower is total cholesterol and bad LDL cholesterol. But what they can do is that they can be beneficial for, one, lowering the risk of heart disease, and regulating and reducing blood pressure levels. All right, and I think also reducing triglycerides, if I remember correctly. So there are foods. Now, is it going to make cholesterol worse? Absolutely not. I don't think so, at least from what I can remember reading. But I just don't remember reading that omega-3s can specifically reduce cholesterol. There's probably some things in walnuts, though, that can, just having to do with the nutrients that are found in them, and things of that nature. But with omega-3s, the cholesterol, just nothing that I can remember. Just trying to catch up on your questions, guys. Thank you so much for asking. I've been eating almonds and pecans. Very nice. Or pecans. It's so funny. So you can say them so many ways. Pecans, pecans. Two other great ones. Pecans are great ones also. Almonds, absolutely great. Walnuts are a great one. I love walnuts. The thing with almonds, and the things that I've been thinking about as I'm getting older, is just no problem, Kathy. Thank you for the question. It was a great question, to be honest. The thing I'm thinking about, sometimes I'll put almonds in like the freezer, so they'll get hard, just because they can last a little bit longer. I buy them in bulk, but when I eat them, I'll be eating them almost every morning. They become so hard. I'm worried about ruining my teeth, and it's not like I'm at an age where I shouldn't be worrying about that, but I know if I'm doing it for the next 30 years, it could have a bad a certain effect on your teeth. So I'm trying to get shaved almonds, or sometimes I'll leave them out so that they're a little bit softer. But walnuts are nice because they're easier on my teeth. I know that's not the best for weight loss or health, but maybe for teeth health, for overall for teeth health, we can have a discussion on that. All right. Pecans as well. Yeah. It's funny. I've heard it say a bunch of different ways, but I think it's pecans if I had to guess. Okay, krill oil. That's a nice question. Sheila, thank you so much for the question about krill oil. So from what I remember with krill oil, this could be I don't know if I've ever done a video on krill oil, to be honest. But from what I remember reading, krill oil can actually reduce both total cholesterol and bad LDL cholesterol. Now you'll want to take it. You'll want to keep it in moderation. I forget exactly, and again, remember, I don't like to get into specifics. I'll just say that what the dosage that I remember, you wouldn't want it over like 2 or 3 grams of krill oil, but just keep that in mind. Make sure that you speak with your medical practitioner about that. But like a daily dose, no more than 2 to 3. But again, speak with your medical practitioner. That's where you'll start to kind of get the lowering of total cholesterol and triglycerides. The other nice thing about krill oil, guys, is that it can also increase good HDL cholesterol, or has the potential to. So great question, Sheila, about krill oil. Again, it's been a while, and the reason why I'm saying it's been a while is because I don't remember creating a video on it. But again, speak with your medical practitioner about the correct dosages for yourself. And know that it can have those potential benefits for you when it comes to cholesterol, triglycerides, and even good HDL cholesterol. So thank you for the question. I appreciate that. And again, just speak with your medical practitioner. Like I said, I don't like giving out too much medical advice or anything like that. Even though it's not medical advice, I just don't know everyone's history. Some people might have certain reactions to krill oil that I'm not aware of. So that's why I don't always like to go into specifics. It's the same thing with with nuts and things like that. I just give kind of the information, but it's kind of, I like you guys to kind of decide, because it's hard for me to say peanuts because some people have peanut allergies, even strawberries. It's something that I'm always considering, guys. So I hope I'm not coming off like I don't want to give you all the information or give as much information as I would like to. It's just I want to keep you guys safe and make sure everyone's safe in chat as well. So I hope you guys appreciate that and hope that makes sense. All right. Just finishing off the coffee here. And thanks so much, guys. Geez, great questions today. And this is the best part. And this is why I love doing these live streams and these live chats and, being able to engage and discuss with you all, because, it opens up the floor for these questions. I mean, if you would have told me today we'd be talking about krill oil, I didn't think I would never have guessed that, but here we are talking about krill oil. So it's amazing. I love it. Thank you, Sheila. That's a great question. Thank you, Kathy, for your questions as well. So let's go to our next one. So walnuts, guys, great one. Also, the nice thing about that, we talked about the reduction of hunger and appetite, which is great for weight loss, but we also know that walnuts super easy to add to the diet. I mean, you can add them in oatmeal, which we talked about a little bit before. You can have them plain. You can put them in cereal. You can put them in yogurt, in smoothies. Some people will even put them in walnut butter. Makes it very easy. You can just have that. So very, very easy to add to your diet. And thanks so much, everyone, for coming in and stopping by. Please don't be Don't be shy to say hi and where you're listening from. It's always great for me to hear where you're listening from. And thank you so much for the support. Thanks to my doctors all for it because, okay, good. So your doctor's for it. Perfect. That's great. Talk to your doctor. And that's great that they're kind of in your corner there and they're there to help you out and give you the correct dosage. Because again, the dosage changes, just like I was saying to Willie. The amount of fat that I would tell someone to eat if I was working with a client is going to differ based on someone's weight, all right? Because you're looking at percentage of calories or what type of diet they're on. So, it's good for someone who has all your medical history and knows your exact goals and your health and all of that different stuff. Oh, Wilson, North Carolina. Very nice. I would love to go to North Carolina. I've heard good things. about both North and South Carolina. So very nice. Thanks, Kathy, for sharing that. Lost 35 pounds. Wow, so you've lost 35 pounds, Sheila. Congratulations. And you've kept the 35 pounds off after losing? Because that's amazing. That's tremendous. Now, I said we went with the walnuts. I said I was going to give you guys a seed. I think one of the best ones for seeds, and again, there's lots of good ones, guys, but I'm going to give you my favorite. All right, one of my favorites is going to be chia seeds, okay? Now, we know chia seeds, super high in nutrition, all right, loaded with vital nutrients. So, I know they're high in magnesium, manganese, even calcium. But again, just like with walnuts, and again, this is what's pushing me to chia seeds here, is that they're a great source of omega-3 fatty acids, one of those plant sources coming from like non-fish or anything like that. All right, great omega-3 fatty acids. The other nice thing about chia seeds is that they're packed with soluble fiber. All right, and this is the type of fiber. So there's soluble and insoluble fiber. With soluble fiber, it's absorbed by water. All right, and it kind of makes like this gel within the digestive tract. All right, so it kind of acts as food for beneficial gut bacteria, helps kind of keep us full for longer, and that's exactly, if we're looking for weight loss and for health, all right, nothing's really better than that soluble fiber that we're looking for. All right, now as research kind of shows us, consuming soluble fiber, all right, there's a great correlation and link to increased weight loss and also body fat loss. It was quite interesting. I thought both were quite interesting in that sense. So chia seeds, again, due to its very high levels of micronutrients, due to its omega-3 fatty acids, and then also due to its super high fiber content, soluble fiber to be exact, that's going to help increase weight loss and increase body fat loss. Again, are you going to be able to do that only eating chia seeds? Absolutely not. It's only a tool, guys. Remember that, okay? But if you're going to choose a seed that's going to act as that tool, chia seeds are a great one. Just make sure you're having them in moderation, because if you're eating too much of a good thing, it's a bad thing, right? If you're eating too many chia seeds, your calories are going to be too high and you're not going to be losing weight. All right, it just doesn't work like that. To lose weight, you have to be in a calorie deficit. If you're eating over, you're in a calorie surplus, and then you're going to be gaining weight. So just keep that in mind as well, guys. Wow, so yeah, lost 35 pounds, and you've kept the 35 pounds off. Congratulations, Sheila. That's tremendous. I think that's harder. The losing the 35 pounds is amazing, but keeping it off, all right, is incredible as well. All right, because a lot of people will yo-yo back and forth. They'll get on diets that they can lose weight on, but at some point, sometimes you'll see a lot of people kind of have that yo-yo diet. Well, they'll lose a bunch of weight and then put it back on, put it back on, go kind of into that. So that the fact that you've been able to keep 35 pounds off is tremendous, and big congratulations to you, Sheila. That's tremendous. Me too. Chia seeds, I put them in my protein shake. Very nice. So do I, Kathy. Absolutely. Very, very nice. I put them in my my smoothies, and then sometimes oatmeal. Also in your oatmeal too. There you go. Sounds like we have a very similar diet, Kathy. Yeah, chia seeds. Chia seeds. Absolutely. Just keep them in moderation, guys. Just like with any fat source, right? It could be peanut butter, it could be almonds, it could be walnuts. It's the exact same. All right, they're superfoods, great for weight loss, great for overall health. But again, too much of a bad thing, of a good thing can be a bad thing, especially for weight loss, guys. So just keep that in mind. Now, the one thing, another one that I kind of wanted to point out for you guys, all right, which I think it's kind of a surprise to some people, and one of my favorite citrus fruits. All right, so a citrus fruit, a lot of people will go with lemon water, all right, lime water. Yes, that's an important one. Wow, 15 pounds for you as well, Kathy. Congratulations. Yes, you're definitely on a roll. Good for you. It sounds like everyone's doing a really good job losing weight. See, we're up so early. We're talking about health. Of course, we're going to be seeing these great improvements and great health choices here. And thanks again for the thumbs up, guys. I really appreciate it. But the one that I think might surprise some people, and it's kind of some food for thought here for you, no pun intended again, but a nice one, and one that I've kind of added into my diet, not all the time. I guess a couple years ago, it was pretty much every morning, but grapefruit, guys. Grapefruit is going to be a nice superfood. And again, it's not always considered a superfood, but there's a lot of qualities in grapefruit that make it a superfood, and it makes it a great choice for weight loss and for overall health. All right. So with grapefruit, all right, it can be a little bit, some people might find it to be a little bit bitter. If you do, what you can kind of do is like just put like a dash of raw organic honey on it, or a natural sweetener, sort of like a stevia or something like that. I would go with that if you're finding it to be a little bit sour or like bitter in taste. But the one thing, again, just like our sweet potatoes, grapefruits are a tremendous source of vitamin A and vitamin C. So we need these antioxidants. They're tremendous, all right, super healthy for us, but they're also very, very high in fiber, all right? Even I think a little bit more than lemons even are, all right? So super high in fiber. And we, again, if we want weight loss, all right, and we want overall health, one, we want all of those antioxidants, and we want those micronutrients, and we want fiber, but also for weight loss, the fiber becomes very important because, again, that's going to help reduce appetite, and that's going to help reduce cravings. I would have them in the morning because, again, it would help keep me satiated throughout the morning, help keep me full throughout the morning, all right, and get me into lunch, and I'd be fine. So grapefruit, kind of first thing in the morning, I think it was a very nice choice. The other nice thing about grapefruit, is compared to other types of fruits, one, it's lower in calories. It's a low-calorie fruit, which is great. So if you're considering it like next to a banana, or some people have mango and pineapple, kind of like the fruit salad, or grapes, I'll be honest, and I've said this before, but if you're new to the chat, I can't remember the last time I've had grapes. I just cannot handle the amount of fructose that's in grapes. Just too much sugars. Same thing even with pineapple. Not a huge fan. I might have like 1 or 2 pieces of pineapple. Mango, I can't remember the last time I had. It's just too sweet for me. So that's the nice thing I kind of like about these citrus fruits. It can be limes, lemons. Here it's grapefruits, but I'm a big fan of grapefruits just because, you know, it's lower in calories and it has that great level of fiber in it. Okay. Now, we also have to give another reason what makes it the best superfood for weight loss and for health. All right. We've already mentioned the fiber. We've already mentioned all the antioxidants, all the micronutrients that are found into it. The other thing that we see with grapefruit, guys, in numerous studies again, is that when we have grapefruit, and it doesn't really matter, nutrient timing again, before, the reason why I was having it in the morning was because, you know, all these studies were showing, oh, it's a great way to start off the metabolism in the morning, get the metabolism going. But again, this can happen throughout the day. These studies show that it can increase weight loss and fat burning. Again, in multiple studies. I forget. I'm trying to remember. I'm almost stalling here for a second because I'm trying to remember the exact compound of what exactly increases metabolism and leads to fat burning. It's funny. It's almost like, you know, in ginger, it's gingerol. It's something very similar, I think, in like grapefruit. It sounds almost like grapefruit. I can't remember it off the top of my head. I apologize for that. Red ruby grapefruit not as bitter. Yes, Kathy, absolutely. I can't diet but reduce the amount of food I eat at a time. Yep, I'm more aware of what I eat. Word diet gives me a mental block. That's funny you say that, Sheila. You know what, Sheila? That's great. I love that you say that. Okay, so here's the great thing, what you just said. With diet, and you got to be careful because when I'm speaking with clients and stuff like that, I always make sure I say this, and I usually say it here as well. When I say diet, All right, what I'm referring to are the foods that you consistently eat on a day-to-day basis. What the word and what you've kind of said with the word diet, and what happens with most people, Sheila, you're right on, is people equate diet to being in a calorie restricted type of eating. All right, so trying to lose weight, when really the word diet just means what you eat. All right, what your diet consists of. All right, so my diet can consist of, let's say, my diet for breakfast is oatmeal, blueberries, and a protein shake. That would be my diet. All right, whereas most people would think, okay, well, it has to be restricted. I can't eat a lot because I'm dieting, all right, and I'm trying to lose weight. It's really lost that connotation over time. And it's kind of taken on that whole role where, it gives people sort of that feeling where, even the word kind of conjures up feelings in people. All right. So whenever I'm talking with people or doing consultations, whenever we talk about diet, I'll always just kind of say, tell me a little bit about your diet. What do you eat on a day-to-day basis? What's your, morning, lunch, night, dinner? Kind of break it up like that. So if you hear me say diet, it's not always about weight loss, even though that's the topic for today. It's just the foods that you're consistently eating, or the foods that you're eating on a day-to-day basis. Nothing to do with weight loss, nothing to do with restricting calories. I love mangoes, yeah. I can't give up Monterey. Yeah, mangoes, absolutely. A lot of people, huge fans of mangoes. And bananas. Yes, but mangoes and bananas are two of the more popular fruits, I do have to say. Oh, no problem, Kathy. I think it's important to clarify, especially in today's day and age where, all we hear about is diet this, diet that, restrict this, diet equals food prison. Absolutely. Diet to me, and what I say is, this is why when I try to get people to lose weight, or help people to lose weight, I never get anyone to lose weight. I always say to clients, there's no have tos or shoulds. It's what your goal is. All right. But if I'm helping them to lose weight, all right, I don't want them to be super restricted. I don't think it's very helpful to be on a meal plan where, you can't eat certain foods that you want, or you're so restricted, you're in such a calorie deficit that your food intake is so low that it literally feels like you can't eat anything. All right, because that's not a healthy way to lose weight. You could ask 100 people on the street who know nothing about nutrition and ask them how can you lose weight, or how would a person lose weight, and they would just tell you don't eat as much, or eat less. All right, well, that's easy. Anyone can eat less, and anyone can tell you to eat less, but you got to do it in a healthy way. Like, how many pounds per week should we be losing? What should our good macronutrients be? What should the percentages be? What micronutrients should we be having? All of that important stuff. All right, but anyone can tell you just eat less calories. You want to lose weight? Eat 1,000 calories. Easy. You're going to lose weight no matter what. So I think being on a super restricted meal plan is just, for one, not healthy. Yes, we want to lose weight. The aesthetic is important. Everyone wants results, but at the end of the day, if we're not healthy, what's the point? All right, you might look good, but how are you feeling? All right, and is your health getting better? All right, are you improving on a day-to-day basis? I think that's just as important, if not more important, than some of the weight loss goals. So again, you don't want to be too restricted, and you don't want to be on a diet that you're not happy with, all right, and one that you can't maintain, because then you're just going to go off the diet and you're going to be even less happy. So I hope that makes sense. That's my little spiel. So I think grapefruit's a nice one, guys. I think if you're looking for one, I think grapefruit's a nice choice. It is a superfood. It's got great antioxidants. It's got great fiber, great micronutrients, fat burning abilities, which we see with the weight loss. Sorry, I can't remember the exact compound. I should have wrote it down. For some reason, I have gingerol stuck in my head from ginger, but I know it's very similar to that. It's going to bother me, but someone will find it. But yeah, grapefruit is a nice one, guys. I like to have it in the morning, and if you can do that, then you're going to go far. I think another nice superfood, guys. And again, since we didn't really talk about any really specific cruciferous vegetables, because I know you guys probably most likely know which cruciferous vegetables are going to be the best, and we can just kind of group these three up together. It's probably going to be broccoli, kale, and spinach. All right, not a huge surprise. So broccoli, kale, and spinach. One, super low in calories. All right, all three of them. Two, all three of them are going to be super high in micronutrients. All right. Oh, and also antioxidants. All right. And so since they're high in one, fiber, all right, and then also low in calories, of course, that's going to support weight loss. All right. Also very easy to add to your diet. When it comes to things like broccoli, same thing, very nutrient dense. All three are an absolute superfood, by the way, guys. Their nutrient density is off the charts. Like broccoli has an amazing amount of not only fiber, but vitamin C, potassium, manganese, but also protein. So again, that's going to help keep you full for weight loss. I think that's a great one. And then, so we went kale, and then for spinach, I mean, spinach, same thing, very similar. Very popular, super high in micronutrients. You're getting things like iron in it, which some people can be a little bit low. Again, speak with your medical practitioner just to make sure if you are low, dosages and things of that nature that you might want. But it's also high in fiber and antioxidants. The other nice thing about spinach that I will say that separates it a little bit from kale and from broccoli is that they contain a compound, and it's a plant compound that can reduce hunger and cravings. I think they're called thylakoids, if I'm not mistaken. All right, so spinach contains these compounds known as thylakoids. All right, that can delay a little bit of the food digestion, specifically fat digestion, which can then in turn reduce hunger and cravings, all right, which can again reduce appetite as well, all right. Sorry, I think maybe the picture just changed there for a second. Let me see if I can pull this back up. I don't know why that's happening today. I was on a roll too with the thylakoids. I was actually pretty impressed. I remembered that. There we go. I think that should be good. So yeah, those three are just tremendous choices, guys, for weight loss and for overall health. And number three, so there's the picture right there, guys. So if you didn't see yesterday's video, there's honey and pepper. You can check that out. Add a little bit of black pepper to honey. Tons of health benefits to it. I thought it was a pretty interesting video. But I'm behind on some of these comments. I agree. Healthy lifestyle is most important. Yeah, I agree, Kathy. I think the healthy lifestyle, like we all want the aesthetic, but if we have the aesthetic but we don't have the healthy lifestyle, then what good is the aesthetic? Plus, the healthy lifestyle can bring about the aesthetic, and it doesn't usually work the other way as well. Broccoli is one of my favorites as well. I'm kind of lucky. I can eat raw broccoli, no problem at all. Yes, it sounds like we have a very similar smoothie, Kathy, because I have spinach in all of my smoothies. Pretty much all of my smoothies. It's like my base. Kale and spinach will always go into my smoothies. But we can't underestimate the thylakoid compounds in spinach. It's really what separates it from other types of cruciferous vegetables, those plant compounds that can reduce hunger and cravings that are found in spinach. And I think that's just great. Like all three of those, of course, are going to be great. Now, does that mean that's the only vegetables? No, but those are probably the ones that are going to give you the best bang for your buck when it comes to weight loss and to overall health. The nutrition levels in kale, spinach, and broccoli, like I said, guys, are just tremendously high. I can't say enough about it. Same thing with the antioxidants. And the same can be said really about all of the foods that we discussed today. Like going back to blueberries. Blueberries are such an incredible superfood just because of the antioxidants they contain, the micronutrients they contain, the fiber, everything that goes along with it. The fact that they're so low in calories, so you can eat quite a bit of them without having to worry about increasing blood sugar or increasing calories, and then just increasing your micronutrients. So I really think that's tremendous. And thank you. I was just about to say thank you for the thumbs up, and we just hit 30 thumbs up, guys. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. And back for the first time I forget when the last one that we did was, but it has been a little bit of time. And as I posted a comment on the channel. We're getting back to the daily video, so thank you so much for watching that. And we're getting back to the at least one live chat a week. And it's probably going to be two, like a Wednesday and a Saturday or Sunday, probably most likely Sunday mornings. Wednesdays will be probably easier going forward now that the schedule is getting back on track. All right. So I think that's good. If anyone has any questions, I would love to hear any questions. Again, let me know where you guys are listening from. You guys have done a great job letting me know where everyone's been from. We've had everyone from England to North Carolina to Hong Kong. I mean, how amazing is that? Like, that's literally all over the world. Cincinnati, Florida. Everyone's really done a great job letting me know. So thank you so much, guys, and thank you so much for supporting the channel. It really means a lot. Like I said, there's no plans, and I just can't ever see it happening where these live streams will be put behind what's it called? See, it's not even on my mind. I forget what it's called, but like a Patreon like thing. I want these available to everyone. I want as many people to be able to listen to them as possible. No join feature. Don't even know what that is. Haven't even really looked into it. I want everyone to be able to get as much information as possible, and that is the whole goal of doing these live streams. Some people have contacted me, again, because of my what I posted up on my commentary about wanting to work together with, if it's weight loss or if it's discussing different foods and things like that, ebooks and stuff of that nature. Let me know what you guys think about that, because that's something that's something that I would be happy to do, and share my knowledge in that form. But really, the reason I'm bringing this up is if you're going to support the channel, being in here, watching, listening to the live streams, and then just the other one is just the super chat feature. And again, I just bring that up because some people have brought that up in the commentary, just with the super chat. That's really the only ways that are going to do it. There'll be no Patreon or join feature where you can only talk if you're joining. I've seen other people do that. That won't happen here. It's going to be just you watching the videos and super chatting if you feel so inclined to do that and you're getting value from it. So. And thank you for the support. 32 thumbs up. Look at that. We jumped up even since I last looked. Brussels sprouts are great as well. Would I put them up there with spinach, kale, and broccoli? Probably not. But of course, they're gonna be very high in micronutrients, good levels of fiber. So as a weight loss and health promoting vegetable, I don't think there's anything wrong with Brussels sprouts, Monica. I think you can add them to your diet quite safely. Listening from Gatineau, Quebec. Very nice, Sonia. Oh, Sonia, you've been in here before, I believe, correct? Gatineau, Quebec, Canada. I might be getting that wrong, but I hope I'm not. But Sonia, sounds very familiar. I apologize if I am getting that wrong. Denise, thank you so much. Denise, great having you in chat. Thank you so much. Thumbs up to all of you as well. Kathy, thank you. The triple thumbs up. I appreciate it. Good old Gatineau, Quebec. Neighbors to the north. Good having you in here. Thank you so much. Cabbage, absolutely. Yes, cabbage is actually a nice weight loss superfood. Sauerkraut or cabbage, either or, are a nice one. With cabbage, the thing with cabbage is Sauerkraut, people will usually go with like kimchi or sauerkraut. But the reason why I like cabbage and even like your sauerkraut is, one, it's a nice source of probiotics, so it can help support overall gut health, which again is great for our overall health, and then also for weight loss. All right, we also see just how important gut health is and digestive health is for not only our overall health, but also for digestion and for mood and for cognitive health. People are calling it like the second brain now. But the reason why I like cabbage as well is there's some interesting studies that show probiotics. And, I think the studies were probiotic supplements, but if you're getting it from like fermented cabbage or things of that nature, cabbage even, or yogurt, if there's active bacterial cultures in it, make sure it has the active in it. All right, that can help play a role in being more full and regulating appetite. All right, so helping you to maintain your weight. All right, keeping appetite levels adequate where you're not always feeling hungry, and then also with increasing feelings of fullness. All right, so cabbage is always a nice one, gives you that nice probiotic. Sauerkraut generally is seen as a little more popular than cabbage, but I don't see anything wrong with cabbage either, just because it's the fermented cabbage and it's going to give you a little more probiotic. But cabbage is great too. But great questions, guys. I love it. And again, this is why it's great. We can just communicate back and forth. We can answer questions and have this discussion. I apologize for the microphone being off a little bit at the very beginning, but I'm glad we got that up and working now. I think everything should be fine. I'm glad you guys can hear me. Hopefully it's coming in clearly. I don't think there's been any problems. I'm sure I would have heard, but it looks like we've gone almost 2 hours with this live stream, guys. So I hope that you've taken some good value away from it. Again, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for your support. Again, thank you so much for subscribing to the channel. Thank you for your views. And again, if you feel so inclined, you can support the channel through super chats. And again, there'll never be a join or a Patreon feature in there. So thank you so much, guys. I think our next one will be Wednesday. And I think I might want to actually talk a little bit about, there's a few topics that I have in mind. I think one might be, I think a nice one would be sort of omega-3 discussion. I think an omega-3 discussion would be very, very interesting. I would like to do a cognitive one. I just don't know how deeply I want to dive into that in this point. But I think omega-3s would be nice. There's a couple other ones with like antioxidants that I have in mind, which I think would be really nice, and I think you guys would enjoy. So I'll make sure I get a good one for you guys, and I'll make sure that I give you guys lots of time to know. What time Wednesday? It'll probably be a little bit early on Wednesday. Probably I'd say like 7 a.m., maybe like 8 a.m. Wednesday. I'll put a sort of little reminder up, Kathy, on Tuesday night. That way you'll be able to know exactly what time Wednesday. Sometimes it can change on the Wednesdays. The Sundays will stay at the same time, but the Wednesdays can be a little bit more different depending on my own schedule. But I'll make sure that I put it up Tuesday. I'm thinking sometime in the morning. And as always, it'll go up right after the discussion as well. So thank you very much, guys. I appreciate everyone coming in. Kathy, Denise, Sonia, Sheila, thank you. I wish I could go up even more, but thank you so much. Anna, thank you so much for coming in today and supporting the live chat and supporting the channel. I really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a safe and happy Halloween. Have a safe and happy Sunday. And I'll make sure that I give you guys a heads up for the time that we'll go on Wednesday. So thanks again, guys. And if you have any questions, feel free to send me a message in any of the videos, or I left a comment there in the comment section on the channel. So, you can always reach me there as well. So thank you so much, guys. I will see you Wednesday. Be on the lookout for another video going up tomorrow. All right, I have quite an interesting one going up then. And again, thank you for the support, guys. So